for large countries, it is important to build capacities, to be more self-reliant. That is very much the focus today in India. And because you said, look at it from a perspective of technology, I think in many ways, Mr. Krishnan speaking before us gave some of the answers. And what, we speak of multipolarity as though it's something that will happen. You have to build multipolarity. And you build multipolarity by building national capacities. And when you build national capacities and have national experiences, some of it is transposable to other people who may relate to it. So, for example, if you take DPI, digital public infrastructure, there are many other societies who find the Indian model of DPI, frankly, far more absorbable and relevant and transposable than a European model or a American model of how to run a more digital life. Now, it can be big things, it can be little things. What we have seen, because you spoke again earlier about South-South cooperation, many things we've done in India. If you have something like a drinking water mission, or you have taking electricity to every home, each one of these efforts actually has scaled up capacities in India, has created businesses and companies and people in India who can take those capabilities abroad and today actually drive South-South cooperation. So you have a country like India still at $3,000 per capita income, which actually has assistance programs in almost 80 countries in the world. And in some cases, these are billion-dollar programs where, what we have done in India, we have taken out of India to some other country. So to me, technology, self-reliance, multipolarity, South-South cooperation, they're part of one basket, and that is part of the response to what is happening, the point number one. Point number two, which we haven't spoken about today, this world which we are talking about will require a global workforce. Where that global workforce is to be housed and located may be a matter of a political debate. But there's no getting away. If you look at demand and you look at demographics, demands cannot be met in many countries purely out of national demographics. This is a reality. You cannot run away from this reality. So how do we create a more acceptable, contemporary, efficient model of a global workforce which is then located in a distributed global workplace? I think this is a very big question today which the international economy has to address. The third point, and I would like to pick up on your optimism here, if you actually look at it, for all the imponderables, the uncertainties, eventually trade does find a way. And the fact is, it is easier to trade today. It is easier for physical reasons. There are better roads, better shipping, etc. It's easier for digital reasons. There are much smoother trade interfaces than there have ever been in human existence. So for all the obstacles and complications that may arise, I also think they will be countered in some ways or mitigated in some ways by what will happen, I think, in the trade domain. And finally, I agree with him. I think we will see, as part of this re-engineered world, I think we will see new, more different trade arrangements between countries, countries which will make decisions which they may not have made in other circumstances, countries which today will feel the desire, sometimes even the compulsion, to have new partners and new regions will look very much more. And certainly I can tell you where India is concerned, in many other regions, and that's one of the points we were discussing today, Latin America, Caribbean, where we actually do roughly about $45 billion of trade every year. But I can see with much greater effort even what may be considered very distant regions today becoming much more relevant. So we are going to, technology-wise, trade-wise, connectivity-wise, workplace-wise, end up in a very different world in a very short time.